This right here is the ultimate dribble tutorial for 2K26. If you clicked on this video, you are in luck. Today is the day you will become a dribble god. I'm out here doing things that you've never seen before in any other 2K. I'm gliding all over the court. Look at me, he can't even keep up. I have spent days labbing dribble moves, making the best advanced dribble tutorial, teaching you guys absolutely everything with Handcam so that you can become the best dribbler possible in 2K26. I'm going to be giving you the best dribble moves for every single build in the game. So if you're a 6'8 build, a 6'4, if you're even on a tall 6'11 or 7'4 center, I have the best dribble moves for you. And I'm going to be showing you with Handcam how to do all of them and how to do the most insane game-breaking combos that you've never seen before. I'll even be teaching you moves like these, breaking them down in slow motion in detail so that you guys can actually learn them. I promise you guys, I will go in so much detail for you. I'll break it down. I go in slow motion. I will show you exactly how to do every dribble move, every combo. So even if you are super new to 2K, you will be able to do the most advanced moves ever. And then you'll be out there breaking everyone's ankles. You'll become a dribble god, a dribble demon, just like Hanky the horsey. This right here is my 6'11 center. Look at me. I am flying. I'm moving. I'm 6'11 with a 70 ball handle. Now, before we get into this, if you're new to the channel, drop a sub, turn those noties on, drop a like as well for this insane ultimate advanced dribble tutorial. Let's try to get 5,000 likes. If we can make that happen, I might just have to sit in the builder for an entire week, learn some even more game-breaking moves, and teach them all to you guys. Now, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Turn your consoles on, turn on those PS5s, Xboxes, get in the my court, because I'm going to give you guys the best dribble moves and teach you how to do all the most advanced combos in 2K26. So we're gonna start with the SIGs for my 6'8 ISO build. This is the build that you saw in all of the clips in the intro. I have an 86 ball handle and an 80 speed with ball. So for my 6'8 builds and under, you even get most of these SIGs on a 6'9 build too. You want to go with these dribble moves right here. Zach LaVine is the best dribble style. For SIG size up, you want to go with Tracy McGrady. For the breakdown combos, Devin Booker. Escape moves, Jimmy Butler. For the combo moves, LeBron James. For the crossover, Lonzo Ball. Behind the back, Kobe White. Spin, Penny Hardaway. Hesitation, Rondo. And Devin Booker's step back. Also put on Jalen Suggs' go-to shot. And for the hop jumper, you need to make sure you have on Zach LaVine. Maybe some of you guys like using Klay Thompson, but I have an even more glitchy, insane dribble combo that you can pull off using Zach LaVine. So I definitely recommend you make sure you have this on so you can do the insane Hanky glide. For LaVine dribble style, you do need a 75 plus speed with ball. Now, if you don't get Devin Booker breakdown combos, go with Kevin Durant. But for one of these dribble moves, you do need Devin Booker breakdown combo. Jordan Poole is also another good one. And for SIG size ups, if you don't get T-Mac, you could try Pro. But SIG size ups aren't really that important in the game this year. Also, if you're 6'9", you can go with Vince Carter's step back instead of Devin Booker. Now, this right here is my 6'4 build. I'm going to give you guys the best SIGs for small guards. So if you're 6'4", if you're like 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", these are the dribble moves to put on. For dribble style, go with Ja Morant. SIG size up, Trae Young. Breakdown combos, Devin Booker again. Skate moves, Kemba Walker. Combo moves, LeBron. De'Aaron Fox crossover if you're starter 4 and up. If not, go with Lonzo Ball. For behind the back, Curry. For the Curry slide, spin Jamal Murray, Darius Garland Hezi, and then Devin Booker step back. Then once again, you need that Zach LaVine hop jumper. Like I was saying, if you don't get the D-Fox crossover, go with Lonzo Ball. And for Ja Morant dribble style, you need an 85 plus speed with ball. If you don't get that, use Zach LaVine. For the small guards, you definitely want that Kemba escape and that Curry behind the back. This is the major difference between 6'8s and 6'4s. Now this right here is my 6'11 ISO build. I have a 70 ball handle and 62 speed with ball. If you're 6'11 and meet the threshold for these moves, go ahead and copy them down. Giannis crossover is for starter 4, so if you don't have that, put on basic. Then finally, this is my 7'4 center build. I have a 65 ball handle and 44 speed with ball. Go ahead and put on all of these dribble moves on the screen. Same thing, if you don't get Giannis crossover, go ahead and put on basic. Now it's time, guys. You have the best dribble moves for every single build, no matter what your build is. I'm gonna be on my 6'8 in the my court with Handcam, showing you guys how to do every single dribble move and every single insanely glitchy dribble combo in the game. Like I was saying, turn on your PS5, your Xbox, hop in your My Court, because I will be giving you guys everything. First off, I'm gonna go over the basics with you guys so I can make sure you're up to speed and know how to do everything before we get into the insanely broken and advanced dribble tutorial, because you won't be able to do most of those moves unless you know the basics. So in 2K26, there are 3 versions of the behind the back. So this is the standing behind the back. To do this, you just stand still, hold R2, and flick diagonal down to your opposite ball hand. If the ball is in your right hand, you flick to the bottom left, and if the ball is in your left hand, you flick the right stick to the bottom right. You can spam this as well if you let the animation play out, and this move is really good if you combo it in with other moves. Next up, we have the explosive behind the back. You can combo this move off of momentums. You can use this to push you past the defender and run to the rim. So this isn't really a moving behind the back, but it does move you forwards. So to do this, you flick the right stick diagonal down to your opposite ball hand. Then you hold the left stick diagonal up to the same side you flick the right stick and want to run to. So the ball is in my left hand. I'm gonna hold R2, flick the right stick bottom right, and hold the left stick top right to run that way. And if the ball is in my right hand, I hold R2, flick the right stick bottom left, and hold the left stick top left. Now I use Kobe White behind the back. He has a better standing animation and explosive animation. This is his moving behind the back. To do this, all you do is run forwards, hold R2, and flick the right stick diagonal down to your opposite ball hand. This is very easy to do. Scottie Pippen and Jimmy Butler have better moving behind the back animations, but their standstill and their explosives are not as good as Kobe White. Now there is a 4th behind the back, basically called the Nutmeg. Now this is what you want to do instead of the moving behind the back, and you can do a bunch of insane glitchy combo moves off of this that I'm going to be teaching you later on in the video. Now I'm going to be teaching you guys the combo moves to do off of this later on in the video because it is more advanced, but right now I'm going to teach you exactly how to do the Nutmeg. So keep in mind, when you do this move, you basically want to run backwards after. Think of it as how you would do the moving behind the back basically. So the ball is in my left hand, I flick to the bottom right on the right stick and immediately flick up very quickly. This right here is the speed that you should be doing it. As you can see, it's a very quick motion. Same thing if the ball is in your right hand, you would flick to the bottom left and then up. Now you guys should be able to do all 3 behind the backs and the Nutmeg behind the back. Now let's get into the rest of the basic dribble moves and then we'll get into the advanced stuff. To do a spin and get the good spin animation, you want to run at a bit of an angle like this and then spin from like 6 or 7 o'clock counterclockwise. And if you're not getting the spin animation and you're getting a half spin animation, it definitely helps if you let go of the left stick after you already do the spin on the right stick. And if you're doing it while running to the right, you start at 6 o'clock and spin clockwise. Next up, we have the Devin Booker breakdown combo. This move is extremely easy to do this. You just stand still, hold R2, and flick up on the right stick, and it'll push you forwards, basically crabbing the defender. It'll shove you in front of them and you can be open a lot of the time. This is the Jimmy Butler escape moves. This is a move you'll be doing a lot. Just hold R2 and flick the right stick diagonal up to your opposite ball hand. So if the ball's in your left hand, flick to the top right. If the ball's in your right hand, flick to the top left. You can spam this move. It's really good to mix in with other dribble moves, and you can also speed boost off of it as well. This is the Devin Booker step back. So you can get 2 animations with this move. Basically, you hold R2 and flick down on the right stick while running forwards or while running to the side. You can also just stand still, hold R2 and flick down on the right stick, and it gives you a good snatch back. So if you do it while running forwards, you get this animation. If you do it while running sideways, you get this big step back animation. And if you do the Devin Booker step back while standing still, it gives you this nasty snatch back. This is probably the best dribble move in the game, so if you are not using this, you are trolling. Now if you're a 6'8 or 6'9, 6'10 with lower ball handle, you can use Vince Carter instead for a 70 ball handle. It's honestly almost just as good. As you can see, when you're standing still, it gives you a great snatch back animation, and not only that, when you run to the side as well, it gives you an extremely similar step back to the 3-point line. It's just not as good as Devin Booker's, but it's still almost as good. Now I was telling you guys, the Jimmy Butler escape moves, the Devin Booker step back, these are the 2 most important dribble moves that you can use in 2K26. If you can start comboing them together while you're running forwards, running to the side, just standing in place as well, just like this, and then speed boost your opposite ball hand or your ball hand, with simply just these two dribble moves, you can almost be unguardable already. To do the Lonzo ball crossover, you just hold R2, run forwards, and flick the right stick diagonal up to your opposite ball hand. This crossover is absolutely insane. You should be using this every single time you want to blow past your defender for a free dunk. You can use it to finish off your combos. Say you mix in the Jimmy Butler with the Devin Booker step back, then you always want to finish with the Lonzo crossover. Back to the Devin Booker step back. Remember when I told you when you run forwards, hold R2, flick down on the right stick, you get this animation. What if I told you you could not only do this while standing still, but you can spam it? While holding R2, if the ball is in your left hand, you flick directly right to your opposite ball hand and down as fast as possible. Now, if you want to be able to spam this while standing still, you would have to go right down, left down, right down, left down, all while holding R2, and you need to do this motion as quickly as possible. And I tell you how fast you have to do this, it is insane. I don't think there is a faster dribble combo that I will be teaching you. So I'm gonna zoom in on the controller and show you guys at normal speed what it should look like. So it is insanely fast. It is quite literally just right down, left down, right down, left down, right down, left down. Yes, so if you don't have it down right away, don't worry. You just probably need to do it a little bit faster. Even I mess up every now and then. You have to be so quick to do this. This move is pretty crazy, man. Next up, I'm gonna teach you guys how to do the momentum crossover. Now, this has been a thing since all the way back when, since like 2K15, and this move is so necessary for comboing with other dribble moves like the Jimmy Butler escape, the Devin Booker snatchback. You can combo this with spins, behind the backs, crossovers, all types of dribble moves. So to do the momentum this year, it's a little bit different than previous years. If the ball is in your right hand, you flick up on the right stick without holding R2. Then you hold R2 and run with the left stick to the side you want to go to. So when you flick up on the right stick, do not hold R2. You should start holding R2 at the exact same time you run with the left stick. Even in slow motion, you can see right away after I flick up on the right stick, I immediately hold the left stick top left and R2. Now it's the exact same thing if you want a momentum to your right side. You flick up on the right stick, then you hold the left stick top right while you hold R2. So this is the momentum spam. If you want to do this, you basically just momentum to the left, then you do the momentum to the right, and then you rinse repeat that exact same combo back and forth. As you can see in slow motion, it's just a momentum left, momentum right, momentum left, momentum right. So right after you do a momentum to the left, you need to immediately do a momentum to the right. So you should constantly be letting go of R2, because when you flick up on the right stick, you do not want to hold R2. You only hold R2 whenever you run with the left stick. If you guys are having any trouble with it, just slow it down some more, and also make sure you're paying attention to the controller. I'm gonna teach you guys more combos with the momentum later on in the video, but now I'm gonna teach you how to do the quick stop. So if you don't know what a quick stop is, it allows your player to not have to fade whenever you run to the side. You basically pick the ball up extremely fast, you pick up your dribble, and it's in the name. You stop very quickly, you pick up the ball, and you get to shoot right away. So to do the quick stop this year, all you have to do is run to the side, hold R2, and flick up on the right stick. So if you're a small guard, you definitely want to use this a lot to shoot off of it. But not only that, you can also use it as a speed boost to your same side ball hand. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty glitchy. This right here is the Hanky slide. Now it's a mixture of 3 dribble moves in one. So let's make sure you guys know how to do them real quick. To do this, you have to have on Zach LaVine hop jumper. This is the move that sends you flying. Now you only get the huge launch back whenever you do it to your ball hand. So my player is lefty. Now if I do this while running to the left, you see the huge launch back it gives me. However, if I do it to the right, it is a terrible animation. If you're lefty, to do this, you just run to the left and hold down on the right stick. Now in this clip, you see I just hold it down and it ends up making me do a fadeaway. So you need to let go of the right stick before it gets to the fade. Now I stop holding the right stick down once it triggers the launch back animation already. So yeah, if you're lefty, do not do this to the right side, or else you'll get this stinky animation. And if I try to do the Hanky slide, it just looks terrible. This is how it looks when I go to my my dominant ball hand. As you see, it just throws me. It starts with Devin Booker step back into Devin Booker breakdown combos into the Zach LaVine hop jumper. All these moves are very easy to do, but you just need to do them insanely fast together. So if your build is lefty, the ball has to start in your right hand, and if your build is righty, the ball needs to start in your left hand. Otherwise, you're gonna get this stinky animation you just saw me do. To do this, you just hold R2 the entire time, flick down, flick up, and then hold down, all on the right stick. You don't even need to touch your left stick. So you could basically do this combo with one hand. So if you're lefty, make sure the ball's in your right hand, flick down, flick up, then hold down. Then after the launch back animation is triggered, stop holding down on the right stick and be ready to shoot, because you will most likely be wide open. And you don't even have to shoot right away. You can combo off of this and do other dribble moves. Like I said, you only use the right stick, hold R2 the whole time, flick down, flick up, then hold down. And make sure you start with the ball in your opposite ball hand. We don't want this to happen. This is how you do the backwards half spin. This move has been around since like 2K18. It's extremely useful for extending your dribble combos, right? You basically run backwards and do a half spin, and then you do more combos off of that as well. Now, when doing this move, you really want to start remembering whether the ball is going to end up in your right hand or your left hand off of certain dribble moves. So let's say we're running backwards. The ball is in our right hand. As you can see, the ball's on the left side of the screen, but this is your right hand because you're running backwards. If you're running backwards with the ball in your right hand, you will spin the right stick counterclockwise from 6 o'clock going to the top right. Once you get this down, you can extend your combos a lot longer. As you can see, I am flying right now. But to start running backwards, you'll basically just do like a Jimmy Butler escape or like a Lonzo crossover. Then you start running backwards with the left stick. Then you just spin the right stick counterclockwise, starting at 6 if it's in your right hand. Then if the ball's in your left hand while running backwards, you'll spin from 6 o'clock clockwise on the right stick. This right here is what it should look like in slow motion. The backwards half spin is really good to do after the nutmeg because you're already basically running backwards when you do the nutmeg. So that's another combo that you guys can practice. You'll do the nutmeg running forwards, start to hold down on the left stick, and then boom, you do the backwards half spin. You could do a lot more combos off of that as well. Next up, we have the Devin Booker launch back. So with the Devin Booker step back, if you run forwards, holding R2, flick down on the right stick, you get that little snatch back animation, right? Now, sometimes you can run backwards off of that. It'll do a little crossover, then you run backwards and you hit them with another Devin Booker step back to launch you backwards. You can also do a crossover while running forwards, then hold back on the left stick and then finish with the Devin Booker step back. To do this, it's pretty simple. Run forwards, hold R2, flick down on the right stick, then you run backwards with the left stick, and you finish by holding R2, flick down on the right stick. That is the Devin Booker launch back. You're already running backwards, then the step back throws you backwards even more. You can run backwards off of a ton of animations in this game. Right here, I do the Standstill Booker snatch back, and then I finish once again by pushing myself backwards with the Booker step back. Next, I'm going to teach you how to do the between the legs crossover spam. I already showed you guys how to do the Lonzo ball crossover to blow past your defender, right? But this animation is different. This animation is very good on the 3s and the 5s court, full court game modes basically. In 2K20, you could spam the between the legs crossover up the court and it was impossible to rip you, and you can do the same thing in 2K26. You just flick the right stick left, right, and every time you do that, it'll do a between the legs, and you can spam this move up the court. Let me slow this down for you guys real quick. So if you look at my controller, I am just holding forwards, flicking left, right on the right stick. You don't even need to press the R2 button. This is what it should look like on the controller in normal speed. Sometimes you might get a different animation. Even I get a different animation every now and then. But the more you practice this, the more likely you are to get the between the legs animation that you can just spam up the court every single time. While I'm already teaching you about the Lonzo crossover, next I'm going to teach you how to do the Jimmy Butler into a sideways or a backwards Lonzo ball crossover. As you can see, my player legit runs backwards, then I do a half spin because I already taught you guys how to do the backwards half spin. And then even after that, you could do way more combos. That's the amazing thing about 2K dribbling. The combos are endless. So you definitely don't need to do a dribble move beforehand, but it does definitely help. So what you mainly need to do is just run at the angle I'm doing here. We hold R2, do the crossover to the top left. Then after we do that, we immediately start running to the bottom right with our left stick. So I'm going to show it to you guys again and then slow it down for you. So you want to run diagonal at this angle, right? I do the Jimmy Butler and then we run backwards with Alonzo. So we're going to start with the ball in our left hand. We hold R2, flick the right stick top right to do the Jimmy Butler. We run diagonal. We flick top left to do the Lonzo crossover. Then legit immediately after you trigger the crossover, you need to start running backwards with the left stick to the bottom right. After you trigger the Lonzo crossover, you need to make sure you extremely quickly start running diagonal down with the left stick. You can do this to either ball hand, and like I said, you just need to make sure your player is running at an angle, and then immediately when you trigger the Lonzo crossover while you're basically running forwards, you need to start running backwards. So you're gonna start running like diagonal forwards to get the animation out. So yeah, you hold forwards on the left stick basically to get the Lonzo crossover out. I'm holding to the top left here. As you can see, that is where I'm running, and then once I do the crossover, start holding diagonal down with the left stick. So that is how you do the Lonzo crossover sideways or backwards, whatever you want to call it. The next move I'm going to teach you is the left stick launch back. All right, now you don't really see any other dribble gods use the left stick like I do, so this might be a little bit exclusive to me, but dribbling with the left stick is actually pretty broken this year and last year. I like to call this the left stick launch back. So what I do is I run diagonal forwards, then I'll do a between the legs, and right after I do a between the legs, I start to run backwards with the left stick. As you can see, it gives you a huge boost backwards. Your player basically flies. So if the ball is in my left hand, I'm running to the left, to the top left to do the crossover. I flick the right stick to the right directly to put it between my legs. As I'm running diagonal to the top left, then I immediately hold back on the left stick. And that is what will send you flying backwards. Then you can do the backwards half spin or other moves off of that and continue your dribble combo. Now, I already did teach you guys how to do the momentum crossover. I told you guys how to do the momentum crossover spam. As you can see, I can do it from one end of the court all the way to the other. Well, now I'm going to teach you guys how to do other combos off of the momentum, like the behind the back, spins, other combos. So I'm going to teach you how to do the momentum into a explosive behind the back here. So remember, whenever I showed you how to momentum, if the ball's in your right hand, you just flick the right stick up without holding R2, then you hold R2 and hold the left stick to the left. And if you want to momentum to the right, it's the same thing. You flick up on the right stick without R2, then you hold R2 and hold the left stick to the left. So to do the explosive behind the back off of the momentum, we're going to do the regular momentum to the right and then flick the right stick to the bottom left and hold the left stick to the top left because that is the direction we want to go. So in slow motion, we momentum to the right, then we're going to flick the right stick to the bottom left and hold the left stick to the top left to do that explosive behind the back animation. Then if you want, you could do more dribble combos after the explosive behind the back. You could do a between the legs, run backwards. There is a lot of things that you can do. Next up, I just want to show you a few simple combos you can do off of the momentum. So the momentum is a really good move in this game for chaining dribble moves together. As you can see, I can momentum into a Devin Booker step back. I can momentum into a Jimmy Butler. You can even include the Lonzo in this. But say if I do like two momentums into a D-Book, then like a momentum into a Jimmy Butler, but I do all of this at once, it's hard for the defender to predict what you're gonna do. That's why I say the momentum is very good for chaining a bunch of dribble moves together. So yeah, if you can incorporate the momentum with all the basic dribble moves in the beginning, like the Jimmy Butler, the Devin Booker step back, the Lonzo crossover, it's very hard to guard you. Now, this isn't really something I do that much, but I'm going to teach you how to do the momentum into a Lonzo crossover. So basically, you just do the regular momentum, but you have to let the animation play out to where you can run forwards, and then you can do the Lonzo crossover diagonal up to your opposite ball hand, and then you can do a bunch of combos after that as well. So the ball is in our left hand. We're gonna flick up on the right stick and hold R2 and left stick top right. Let the animation play out a little bit. We run forwards and then flick the right stick top left to do the Lonzo crossover. This is what it looks like in normal speed, just momentum, run forwards, crossover. It's pretty simple. Then if I let go of everything, my R2 left stick, right stick, stick, I can do a Devin Booker snatchback after that. And I mean, the combos are endless. Now I'm going to teach you guys how to do the momentum spin. So it's not like the momentum spin from 2K17 where it spins you backwards. I have another way of teaching you something like that. The spin this year is you run sideways and then it gives you this animation, and it's basically a combo extender, right? You can do a lot of cool moves off of this. You can do this to either side as well. Like I said, I have Penny Hardaway spin on, normal works too. So if we're momentuming to the left, we are going to do the momentum to the left and then spin counterclockwise starting at 6 o'clock. And then right as you do the spin on your right stick, you need to let go of legit everything. You need to let go of your left stick, your right stick. Take a look at my sticks in slow motion here. As you can see, I complete the spin and then I let go of both sticks. Neither of them are moving. I've definitely noticed to get the good spin animation here, instead of a half spin animation, you need to let go of both the left and the right stick after you do the spin on your right stick. So with no R2, we flick up on the right stick, then we run to the top left holding R2, then we spin the right stick and let go of everything. It's pretty simple, but I definitely messed up a lot of the time because I wasn't letting go of my left and right stick after I was doing the spin. Then same thing if you're doing this to the right side, you just need to spin the right stick from 6 o'clock clockwise instead of counterclockwise. Now that you know how to momentum spin, you can attach moves afterwards. I'm gonna teach you how to do the momentum spin into a Lonzo crossover. So it's the same exact way you do the regular momentum spin. You momentum to the right, we spin, and then after that we're just gonna do a Lonzo crossover. So you can either do it while running forwards or you can do it running sideways or backwards. I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it while running sideways because this is harder to do and it's very effective. And I'm not gonna lie, it definitely looks cooler too. Now I just taught you how to momentum spin. We're running to the right, we flick up on the right stick, we hold R2, run to the top right, then we're gonna spin clockwise, let go of both sticks, then we're gonna flick the right stick top right to trigger the crossover. Yeah, so after you spin, you let go of both sticks, you flick top right to do the crossover. We're not holding anything else, and then it will have you go sideways. So yeah, the same exact way you do the momentum spin, but then you don't hold either stick, you just flick diagonal up to do the crossover. It'll have you do it sideways. Then after you trigger that and the animation plays out, you can do other combos off of that. As you can see, I did the Devin Booker step back leading into the backwards half spin. There's a lot of moves you can do off of this. Now if you want to do the Lonzo after the momentum spin forwards like this, you just need to hold the left stick to the top left after you're done completing your momentum spin. So we're gonna run to the right here off of the momentum spin. We spin clockwise, we let go of everything, then we're gonna hold top left on the left stick, flick the right stick top right, and while we're running forwards, as you can see, yeah, the Lonzo crossover goes forward. So as I was saying, if you want the momentum spin into the Lonzo where you go forwards like this, maybe you could blow by someone for a dunk. The only difference is that you hold the left stick to the top left when you're done with the momentum spin while you're doing the Lonzo crossover. I do think the animation where you run sideways or backwards looks cooler. And yeah, to get this animation, just make sure you don't hold the left stick at all when you trigger the Lonzo crossover whenever you flick to the top right. This is the final momentum combo I'm going to teach you guys. So I like to momentum sometimes, and then you can hold back on the left stick. And it's basically like a momentum spin back from older 2Ks kind of, but it's like you do it with the left stick. Sometimes you'll get a stinky animation, but most of the time, once you learn the timing, you'll get this good animation right here where you just run backwards with the left stick. So the ball is in our right hand. To do this, what you guys are gonna do is the regular momentum to the left. We're gonna flick up on the right stick with no R2, and then we're gonna hold the left stick to the top left and hold R2. We let that momentum trigger, then immediately just start holding down on the left stick. Your player will start to run backwards. You do a backwards half spin as well. Yeah, this one's pretty simple. I mean, you guys know how to momentum. All you have to do is do the momentum and then just start running backwards with the left stick afterwards. This is how you do the walk back. So you don't need to hold R2. You can do this off of dribble combos as well. It'll give you a different animation too every single time. But what you're going to do is you hold down on the left stick and then you flick up on the right stick. As you can see, it does give me a different animation a lot of the time. I'm going to momentum into Jimmy here and I stop quickly and walk back. You see, you can do it off of dribble combos. It is very simple to do this. You just hold down on the left stick and flick up on the right stick. It'll give you a walk back animation. I don't even know what to call this move. I don't know if it's tied to your combo moves or what, but basically you just stand still. You'll flick the right stick to your ball hand. and then to your opposite ball hand very quickly. You can speed boost off of this as well. You can spam it while standing still, or just call it the Hanky Standstill Mumbo Jumbo. I wouldn't recommend spamming it while standing still. Definitely just do it like a few times. Touch that left stick because you will lose adrenaline if you just do it while standing still. But basically, if the ball is in your right hand, you'll hold R2, flick the right stick right, and then left. If the ball is in your left hand, you'll hold R2, flick the right stick left, and then right. Ball in my left hand, hold R2, flick right stick left, and then right. Very quick motion. Then if the ball is in our right hand, flick right, then left. This move is pretty cool to do maybe like once or twice while standing still. Then you can speed boost off of it or mix in some other combos. I guess we'll just call it the left-right Hanky Standstill. Now, if you guys don't know what a push dribble is, this is what it looks like. It basically throws you forwards. To do the push dribble, normally you would just hold R2, run forwards, and flick up on the right stick while you're running forwards. It's very simple, right? It gives you a huge boost forwards. It will throw you past the defender, but I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this move sideways. So you just need to make sure you're running it a little bit of an angle, right? Like I'm running a little bit to the top right, but it's still pretty much sideways. I'm gonna flick my right stick to the right to do a speed boost animation to the right. I'm holding my left stick towards like 2 o'clock. We hold R2, flick up on the right stick. It'll give you the push dribble. I would say just try to make sure you're running it somewhat of an angle forwards, but still sideways. So just do some sort of speed boost move to the right, like a Jimmy Butler, or flick to the top right and run that way. So I start to angle my left stick towards the top right. I flick up on the right stick, and then I start to push it a little bit sideways. Now all we have left is the super glitchy stuff. I'm gonna teach you guys the crazy combos you can do off the nutmeg. Now, earlier in the video, I taught you guys how to do the nutmeg behind the back. It's basically a normal behind the back, except after you flick to the bottom left or bottom right, you flick up on the right stick as well really quickly, and then hold back on the left stick to run backwards. To do a nutmeg into the backwards half spin, ball in our left hand, we flick bottom right up on the right stick, and then we hold back on the left stick. Then we spin the right stick from 6 o'clock clockwise, and that is how you do it. At normal speed, this is what it should look like when trying to do the nutmeg with the ball in your left hand. Now in slow motion, we flick bottom right up. Then we run backwards on the left stick. Then to do the backwards half spin, after that, you will spin from 6 o'clock clockwise. When you do the nutmeg, the cool thing about it is that you can run backwards. You can choose kind of what direction you run in after you trigger it. And if you start with the ball in your right hand, you'll just flick bottom left, then up with the right stick. And to do the half spin, you spin from 6 o'clock counterclockwise. Another move you can do off of the nutmeg that is very simple and creates a lot of space is the Devin Booker step back. You're already running backwards. Might as well hold R2 and flick down on the right stick to get that good launch back animation for an open 3. To do this, it's just the same way as a regular nutmeg. Bottom right, then up on the right stick, run backwards with the left stick, then just hold R2, flick down on the right stick, and the Devin Booker step back will get you open. Now this right here is the crazy stuff. This is the nutmeg behind the back into Lebron combo moves. This move is insanely glitchy and people just don't expect it. So you're basically running backwards with the nutmeg behind the back, and then out of nowhere you do this standstill behind the back animation, which just shoves you in front of the defender, and you should have a free dunk every time. Or if you do this really far back, like around half court, you can get a wide open 3. You can even do some glitchy combos off this as well. So I nutmeg, combo moves, I run backwards half spin between the legs. You can just keep it going, man. So ball in our left hand. You guys know how to do the nutmeg behind the back. What we're gonna do is flick bottom right, then up to do the nutmeg. Then you're gonna flick up on the right stick twice. That is how you trigger the combo moves animation. This is how it looks in normal speed for you guys. It's basically a boop boop. This is the full combo in normal speed. This is what it should look like. If you're having trouble getting it right, just keep messing with the timing when you flick up on the right stick twice. So yeah, like I was saying, ball is in our left hand. We're gonna run forwards, flick bottom right, then up on the right stick, and then we're gonna flick up on the right stick twice to do the Lebron combo moves animation. After the nutmeg, I even mess up the combo moves animation sometimes still. It's a little bit tricky to get the timing right, but just keep practicing, guys. Next up, I'm gonna teach you another insanely glitchy combo you can do off of the nutmeg. This is more of like a nutmeg into a 180 standstill crossover. My player is running backwards, and then he does a standstill crossover, but he magically like goes from looking backwards to looking forwards. Now, if you do this move around half court, you can mix in the Devin Booker breakdown combos after and grab the defender, shoving you in front of them. And then you should have a wide open guaranteed three-pointer. This one is honestly easier to do than the Lebron combo move. So we run forwards. We're going to do the nutmeg right now. We flick bottom right up on the right stick, run backwards with the left stick. Then all you have to do is flick the right stick right. When you flick the right stick right, it does that little 180 crossover animation where my player goes from running backwards to forward. So the nutmeg, we hold R2, flick the right stick to the bottom right and then up. Then to do the glitchy crossover, we flick the right stick right. To Devin Booker breakdown combos, we flick the right stick up. Now when you do the glitchy crossover, sometimes it might give you this animation as well. It gives you a big boost to the side instead of flipping your play around in like a 180 direction. I think you get this animation if you do the crossover earlier when your player isn't running as backwards. Yeah, when I'm legit running directly backwards to 6 o'clock and I do it, my player flips around in like a 180 type of thing. So one more time, guys. We hold R2, flick the right stick bottom right, then up. We run backwards with the left stick for the nutmeg. Then we flick the right stick to the top right or the right to do the crossover, flick the right stick up to do the breakdown combos. Yeah, I was experimenting with it. When you want to do the crossover, you can either flick the right stick to the right or you can flick it to the top right. And then, yeah, if you guys would be starting with the ball in your other hand, you would just flick the right stick to the left, not the right. The final nutmeg combo I'm going to show you guys is the nutmeg into a double push dribble backwards. We already know how much space the push dribble can create. And just, I mean, look at this. With just 2 dribbles, I go from half court to almost out of bounds. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, the timing is pretty tricky with this one. It's a little bit hard to get, but right as you finish the nutmeg animation, that is when you will let go of the left stick, stop holding it backwards, and flick up on the right stick twice. I think it works like this because for the push dribble to work, you cannot be holding backwards. If the game thinks you're not holding the left stick in any direction, it works, because normally this is a move that you do while running forwards. So one more time, this is how you guys do it. The ball's in our left hand. We're going to flick bottom right, then up while holding R2 to nutmeg, run backwards, then flick up on the right stick twice right as we let go of the left stick. Now, I did show earlier in the video, but I'll show you guys again now. If you're on a little 6'4" or smaller guard, these right here are the dribble moves you want to go with. The only difference is Ja Morant dribble style, Kemba escape. I use Defox crossover because I got it from starter 4. If you don't have it, use Lonzo. Then we have Curry behind the back for the Curry slide and Jamal Murray spin, and Darius Garland hezzy. Yeah, the only real difference when you're actually dribbling on a 6'4" compared to a 6'8" is the Kemba escape and the Curry slide, right? So you can spam that Curry standstill behind the back. You can spam the Kemba in place. This is what it looks like. And then you can speed boost off of that. Or you can let the animation play out and end up crabbing your defender. But yeah, I mean, you want to use the quick stop a lot where you run to the side, hold R2, flick up on the right stick. You're going to be shooting off of that a lot on a small guard. This is how the explosive behind the backs look. I mean, Curry has a good behind the back, but me personally, I like dribbling on a 6'8". I like that Kobe White behind the back a lot. But yeah, you will definitely need to quick stop a lot on these 6'4" guards. Run to the side, flick up on the right stick while holding R2 and shoot off of that. And yeah, just definitely make sure you're spamming the Kemba escape. You hold R2, flick top left, top right. You can speed boost either way off of that. Mix in some Curry slides by flicking diagonal down to your opposite ball hand. Then you can even mix in all the glitchy nutmeg dribble moves, the Levine slide. As you can see, I'm about to do that right here. It creates so much space. You can really dribble on any build, any height this year, and it is amazing. I hope I could help you guys out with the best dribble moves for every build in 2K26, and by going into detail for every single dribble move and every advanced dribble combo for you guys. I spent a lot of time on this video, so if you guys could help me out by dropping a like, I would love you all so much. It means the world to me. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn those noties on. Let's try to get 5,000 likes. That would be insane. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all so much. If you haven't already, drop me a follow over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Hanky, and on TikTok, Hank the Tank YT. I live stream on both platforms all the time. I appreciate you guys watching, showing me love. Like I said, if you haven't already, drop a sub, turn those noties on, drop a like. Let's try to get 5,000 likes. Thank you guys for watching this banger video. I hope I could help you out. Let me know if you turned into a dribble demon after this dribble tutorial, and let me know down below if you guys have any questions at all. I'll be looking at the comments. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to help you guys out. Thank you guys guys for watching this video. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next Hanky banger.